Welcome to a TripleA engine. I am Magican, and maybe you're saying, what is this engine about? This is actually an engine where they have done a lot of games that's freeware. This is a SourceForge game engine for the games, and you can always go in after you install it. I will put everything in the link where you get this. It's free. There's nothing there, and then there's a lot of people making these maps where you can have like download maps, different types of maps, acts and allies, different setup. And up here there's high quality, good quality, experimental. And I think the high quality is of course the best, and there's a lot of things going on. Victory France tutorial, how to use this as a game engine. And also this looks a lot more like Acts and Allies, and then Global War and Pacific, and there's a lot of things in this. And this engine, I have downloaded some maps, so you can also open a save game, of course, but select map. Here, these are the ones I think are the best. That's like a really big one of the 1942, and the same, but different extra rules. Rising Sun, and then you can see a lot of things. Who are the alliance? That's Chinese, Dutch, British, and setup. The best two I like is actually this one and this one. Wow, that's 1940. That is where it sounds a little bit weird here, but all at war from the beginning. There's no one waiting. So you're already at war with the American, USA, and you're also at war with Russia as German. So, and opposite, you are already going into the war against the Germans right away. If you're Russia, and the same US. So, and this one is also the same. You actually are at war. I'll just show you a little bit here first. When you say open this and say, okay, what's going on? You can play online, start local game, and I'm playing a local game. And here you see all these you can be. Normally I just choose, there's different easy AI, fast AI, hard AI. I like to take the hard AI, and that's quite good. It's not bad. Sometimes you actually think, whoa, I did not even see that coming. Let's choose Germany. I will probably be that. And then just say okay, and it loads in. There is some sound. I will have that on just in this setup. Here, everything has already been as is. Brest, Germany is attacking, but whoa, France is not taking. That should normally be, oh, what's going on here? This could be a little bit difficult. You can see there's factories, and all the setups, all things are like it is in Acts and Allies, if you know that game. And I can just, if you do not know, I'll show you. There's actually a factory here from the German area here. They get an area of the, maybe to say this is Rommel. They can also produce. They can only produce how much there is in the territory. Not about forces, but if you want to see resources, you can see that here. But let's keep it at action. And in the button here, if you cannot see what's written, then you can go down here. Down here, it shows that's 2. So for this factory, you can only produce 2 each turn. Except the one thing that will come in, that is a bunker. A bunker, you can have 1 to 3 dice, 1, 2, and 3. You hit with the bunker, and you actually got 2 hit points, like battleships also have 2 hit points in this game, and the rest has only 1. But if you look, you can see Russia has 4 here in this factory, and they have 3. And down here 2, they will lose that right away. But again, if you look at the resources, they got 113, but the first turn they will only get 25 to buy from. And it's the same as Actual Allies. It actually got this setup. One thing, there is not a big difference, but when you take a capital, you normally get their economy, and you also do that here. So if Germany takes this in the first turn, they get the Dutch 13, but they actually get 28. The Dutch, maybe it's better to wait a turn, because then they get 28 and then you get more money in, but then they will solidify their position. And if they have more than one capital, you get more money. So if you take this one, you get whole economy. And if you also take this one, not in the same turn, but the turn after, so they get some money in, you also get that. And here you also have Australia as a force, antics. That is antics. And you can see the axe gets 243, but they actually have all 243 in this one, and the allies have 194, and they get this. This is the one I would like to play. But I will show you the other one, just so you know how it is. Leave game. We do not need to save it. Let's just say hard and then open a save game. Nope, we do not have a save game. Select map, and then we choose World of War. This one is meant to be. Oh, wait a minute. Open, select map. 40. This is meant to be. I think that's the one we want here. And then we get the sound. Nope, that's not the one. I just took that. Come on. Let's see. Select map. We're taking World of War instead. And then we go up, hard, human, and then just say play. This is a little bit different. These are neutral areas. Everyone gets to them, get their points, but you have to fight through these things too. The only thing that is about this is that here Russia has 3 capitals. So if the Japanese that are split in 2 go up and take this capital to get all their money for that turn, and then they do not have anything. So I think this is easier to win with Germany, even that the resources, you only get 208, and you allies get 442 here, and the Russians get 108 instead of 113 as before. But look at that, the Germans get less. But it's easier to get rid of France faster if you focus totally on that one. But you of course want to have Hungary because there's a lot of money. Krakow and Danzig is also good. That's the fortress I talked about, protection there. But there's also a difference if you have units. This is a little bit more unit help, up and help, a little bit more different because you can actually have different types. Like it's more, you can see the dots here. You can have jet fighters. There's no research in this, but you can also buy heavy tanks, and that's 4-4. You can see the dot is a little different. And here they actually get rocket mech from the Russians. They also get the heavy tank, and they also get a submarine with extra. But the different areas are getting, or the different countries are getting the different points here. Still have heavy tanks, submarine. Oh, look at this. Japanese get actually a carrier. They can buy for 20, and they has 2 hit points, and they can have a capacity of 3. And this carrier only costs 1 with these fighters. You can see this is a different fighter. There's also other fighters like this one that has 3, 4, and 6 movement. So this is a little bit upgrade different, and the other one is not that. And you can see Greece has not been taken by anyone yet. And also out here in the States or US, there's still Mexico, and the US will just go down and take everything here. It will take time, but it will also take time for them in the other one. And I think the other one is a little bit more harder. In the beginning, I did not, but when you get into the game, it is a bit harder when you play these. And you can see Japanese, as I said last time, was divided in 2. We have this with the fleet area, and this is the land area. And then we have Philippines being attacked by both type of Japan area. But I will just leave this. I never remember. Select map. Yeah, this one. I always forget one, but I think this is the best one. I would just choose Germany, mostly because you can also choose Romanians, Russians, Romanians. There we go. Thai. Instead of Japan has Thai, they have like an allies. You can choose them, but you will not be that much integrated in the game. So let's just do this. There's a capital here. If you have the other one, the capital will be down here, and then they will also have a capital here. Here I think it's capital, and they will not have one down. They'll have one down there, and then one over here. But if they take that, they will get all the economy, but not all the area. These areas will still be the area, but they will not get any thing to buy for them. And let's see here. This Greece, look at that, 9 infantry units. They have a lot here. And this is East Italy, East Africa. They got 3 points. It's the same with the other. But you can check these two out. These is the best, I think, for myself. There's also, like with the land areas, nearly the same as Axis and Allies. And here, when we take help and unit help, you can see it's totally the same as Axis and Allies, except the bunker. There's this bunker with 2 hit points, can be placed without a factory. You do not have a factory, you can just place it. The only thing is that you can only place this after turn 4 in the beginning here. What I remember, that is the rule. And then you also have one other unit, mech infantry. It's also some of the other Axis allies, but not the first one. You can have this mech infantry, and that's nice. You can just transport things. These transport has 5 capacity. They can actually transport quite a lot. You can see artillery costs 3, and the same with a tank, also costs 3. Let's just take the Russians. It's the same. German, Russian, everything is the same here. If we take infantry, cost 2, mechanized 3, and then a tank 3. So you can have 1 mechanized and 1 infantry, 1 tank and 1 infantry. You cannot have a tank and a mechanized at the same time. Mechanized here. So that's the way it is, and I think that's like the same. There's this T-boat also. It's like a destroyer, but a destroyer costs 8. The only thing that is different between these two are that this destroyer is anti-stealth. Let's show. If I have a sub here, I can go through. You can see there's one of these T-boats here. And the way you can see what's in the area, let's just see here. Territory, there we go. I'll just notes. That's what you can see some of these notes here. If you want to, you can get them in, but I will just show you there's all these rules also with the dots. So you can see a lot of things. You can also just take it up from here in the help game notes. You have a lot of things you can look at. Low lock and neutral bombing rates. You can actually bomb the maximum number of damage per turn per territory from strategic bombing rates is limited to the value of the territory. So if you attack this, you only get 3, but if you attack Paris, it's 1 to 6 on these, and the anti-aircraft shoots down at 1. So that's nice. And these areas here, you have to have both areas at the beginning of the turn to cross. So down here, the ally can cross, but if this Malaya is taken, that's where Singapore also is, then they cannot cross this, because you can see the dots there. And it's the same in all these. If the Japanese takes this one and that one, there's no way to cross there. And if they take just this one and this one, or this one and this one, there's no way to cross. So, but here, if you just choose this one like this, exactly like this, then you have something that's a little bit different. Let's take the note again, just a little thing, because there's something called low lock. And low lock, a move illegal using regular lock dice is illegal under the low lock 2. A move illegal, so the low lock is a little bit different from normal It means that if you have 6 dice, you will get 1 for a kill. You get a 1 because you get low luck. You cannot like get like 5 in a die and then get all that. And that means that it looks really different when you have a battle. I'll just show you here. If you have a battle, let's just put all of this in. Normally I will not do this, but this is a test so I can show you. And then we can just do this too. And we could go down there just to make some few battles here. And this is anti-aircraft. I'll normally not attack that area, but let's just put everything in. Everything we got. So you can see the difference here. Also this one. Let's just, I will normally not do a battle like that, but for the test sake. Okay. Here you see the way you are doing it. You can undo the thing, and then if you have made a transport, like transport units like this, 1 unit over here, and artillery, that's also, you can put that in, and then make this attack, and then put in against the plane because it's worth a lot, and do this. You cannot just say, oh, I will undo. Okay, you can of course undo that one, but let's just take one of them. You cannot undo the transport. This one. Oh, move 19 must be undone first. What is that? Then you have to figure out 19. That's this one. This is because you have already transported the units inland, so you need to remove them. You cannot just say, I remove this and then expect these to move over here also and go here. No, you have to do that manually. So you click on it and then you try to move it over and say, oh, that's not possible. No, you have to find it here and say undo. And then it says, oh, why can I not? It's actually because you move the other one first. So you have to undo the last unit you put on first until you can undo the second last one. And then you can undo the ship here. It sounds a little bit what? You can also do like, you're trying to do like that. You can also just say, okay, undo, and then you cannot move it yourself like this. Or you cannot move it to another area either because it's already in there. You really have to do this. That's, I did say differently, but that's the way it has to be done. So let's just take a turn like this and say done. And then you can start buying, and the prices are really close to the same in all of these situations here. Artillery costs 4. Mechanized, that's different. You can move. They have like 2-2, but they also have an ability. You can see support on attack. 1, have to be right, 1 power to 1 allied infantry. And that means that this ally will have 2 attack, 2 defense, and 1 movement if they have a mechanized, artillery, not tank. And the same with that's all. I think that's only those 2. So if you are attacking with artillery and you bring in an infantry, you will actually get 1 more attack in the infantry, and the same with a mechanized unit. You will get 1 more attack. So these 2 will help you. This is a bomber. It can rate 1 to 6, and then you can get, but remember to use an area where there is 6 in. And remember, try to not use an area where there is anti-aircraft guns. It's only on factories you can do it. So if there's, or they're going to build factories where there's no anti-aircraft guns, it's money down in your pocket. And if they only have 3 in it, that's fine because you get 3 free of these money part for free. But if you really want to attack one, like this one, Normandy has 3. You cannot see it here, but Let's just say we buy all the tanks here. Okay, let's do this and I will not do this. This is just a test. But if you look at Normandy 3, so if you take the chance against artillery, or anti-aircraft, sorry, then it's stupid to go for one with 3 instead of going for 1 here. But if you cross here, if you actually manually go and take it 1, 2, 3, 4, then you have to cross this and have to pay. Normally, if you just take the plane and move it like, now I cannot because I've already done, just move it, just point down here, it will take the right track. It will not like you have to go 1, 2, 3. It will actually take the one without this. So it's fine. I just want to show you, you can also change the what you bought. So you can buy it right here over here. You have the battles. And I like to start with the sea battles. And here you do have a strike of the sub, but not as first. But you can see here that the dice is a little bit weird because it's like you should have more, but we actually got these 2 down and we say remain, and we got this because we have 2 hits on this one. So that's fine. Everybody was dead there. But let's take this one where we have a lot more in Brest area. And you think, okay, this is a little bit weird. Why does the infantry not get 4? Because this is the low lock setup. So this is not like Axis and Allies. You do not get like crazy casualties, except if there's a lot of units, of course. But there's also this low lock in both attack and defense. So mostly what I think is in attack, but you will normally not have a chance to really hammer the other part. So you can remove one of the infantry and say remain, and then we get this one, and this was actually okay turn. And then you get, I will remove the sound also because I think the sound is like, yeah, not for me. Then we can say Netherlands, you can see you only get 1 die here, total hits, and then you get 3 of that, of all these units, and we lost 3, and then we got 2 more, and you can see it's a little bit different here. And normally do not pick, you have to get the area. You can get the area with artillery, you can do that. So I will just take these 2, remain, and we got this one. They also got one of us, and I will never do this, of course, but let's do that. This sound is, you got a capital, and we actually took the money, 13. So now we actually also got this, but we lost a lot of points here to do this. So normally I will just leave this one and say no, and then go in. You do not have to choose the one you're having, you already have it. Let's just choose Schumann for this one. And then in map options, you can see low lock. You can remove it. You can still make default and map options and say, I will keep this. And then you can have unconditional surrender. They have to do that. Unit repair hits end of turn. That means if you have like 2 hit points, they will repair end of the turn instead of the beginning of the turn. They can also repair at the beginning of the turn, but this will make them repair right after. So if more are attacking, then that's it. You can also, unit can be destroyed instead of captured. So, but I'm not sure these are active in this. This is just for the whole engine. But the low lock for anti-aircraft is not there either. But this low lock, I will remove that, and that will make it more like Axis and Allies. So you can also say neutral flyover is allowed, so you can actually go for the areas and fly them over. You can fly over net neutral areas, but normally you cannot do that. You can see all of Spain can be drawn into the fight too here, even that they're net neutral, and then that will actually also give production. Look at that. Madrid is 5, and Catalonia is 3. So, and that's a factory in each. So that is actually quite funny to have a lot of these. Let's take out the sound and say no. I will just say you can see all the sound in different types here, and then say none. And then you have no sound, right? And then you can say all, and then go back, and then you have all the sound. You can also just say cancel to this and take it a little bit easier and says just remove the able sound. That's also a engine settings. That's also a good thing to remember. You can actually, if you think it's the AI is pausing too long or doing things, it takes a long time. You can also set the different combat situation. But I've done and looked a lot of this because I could not find the low lock was not a thing I thought about. I normally thought that no, how do we get this to get the dice right when we play it? And here you can do the server setup. So it took me a while to figure out that the low lock was actually the one that made this a dice game as axis analysis. And here you can do the different attacks. You can also, as Germ, you can see you actually got here, and that's a little bit different to look at because this is it's Italy forces, and they can be quite good here, but they do not have that many. But 1 and 2, these are yours, and then you got nothing here. But these two, you can see the color is a little bit different, a little bit grayer than this. And then these you can actually attack this with and get an easier way up to Tunis, and that's actually a 4. But this is a 6 in Cairo. So right now Italy has no production down here. And this is a 4, and this is a 4. So this is actually measured up against each other, but they also got a factory in Sicily, and then this one, and up here, and they can get this if you do not get it for them. So normally I like to try to take this one. You get 3 infantry in here, and you get a bomber, and it also have an anti-aircraft gun, so it is attack. You can say bomb for the money or attack, and we need to attack because we need the help here. And then you can do one thing I like. You can actually see the units, but you can also control B as a test. You can also do it up here and show game. Let's see where it is. Battle calculator, control B. And then you can say, oh, you can put them in here, but it's easier to mouse button over, control B, because they are already put in what they have. Calculate the odds. The odds is 78% for winning. Defender wins 22, and then you can see the casualty report here. Average defender unit left. And if they won, attacking, normally if they won is 3. So you'll probably lose 3 and maybe even a tank and maybe even 2 tanks, and you can actually lose this. But it's a lot of money for, and it's also a possibility to keep this area for the next turn, and then you can start producing here also. So if you cannot produce enough units compared to the money you have, then you cannot use your money, and then it turns over to the next round. So in the beginning, there's not that option. But you can also take this bomber down here and help with that. There's also a fighter. Normally, the only place this fighter can go into is these 3 areas. They cannot help with any other area except Denmark, but that's a neutral area. It gave you 2 points. That's actually okay for this area here. It's free. There's nothing else. There's 2 infantry. That's all. But you would use resources for Denmark instead of use it for different areas over here. So it's easier just to say, okay, you can use it there or here. And this bomber here, you can actually go out and help in this area. Normally, there's a battleship. We need that battleship. We can take it and go and say, kill it. And then that subs, and they will use on these ships, and that's fine. But you can also say, no, I do not want to use them. I actually see 3 fighters here. And they can also return to base because they only say 1, 2. And then you can use this bomber because it can also be used down here. You can see there's a lot of options, but say, no, it's better to use it here. And then use the sub as like bomber feed. For course, if you use the sub, they cost 8. These cost, let's take the resource help again. The bomber scores higher, you get 4 on that one. But if you look at the fighter, it's 3 in attack. And the sub is also 3 and only 1 in defense. That's a little bit different. That's like 3 and 1 in defense. Can't target bomber and fighter, but there's no bomber and fighter in that area here. Let's just go over here to get that right. So, and they only cost 8. And these are like 20 with a battleship, 21 actually, and then 8 for a transporter, and then another transporter, 8 more, and then this one for 7, and that's this only T-boat. So in the money part, and that's also quite good, Control B, you can see up here the price you have. The total amount is 44, and the total amount here is 44. And then there's the power, hit points, 4 hit points on this, and then on that. So if you really want to, you can just put 1 sub. They will get the sub after, but normally I put 2 subs in. You have this, you have more money, but you should not lose the subs. And the power is 19 against 8, and you can make a calculation of odds, and now it's 97, and it's only 2% for you to lose, and that will be crazy if that happened. But there's 2% chance. You can also put the last sub in, and then they get like a little bit more. You also have Finnish troops up here, and you can also attack this one. You can also try to go for this, but these will not be able, as I said in the beginning, they cannot cross. These cannot cross destroyers. If you look, anti-stealth, but if I take this one, I can do this because this torpedo boat is 7, but it do not have anti-stealth. I can go directly up here and attack. I can also say, no, I really want this, and then go down here. This, these two, this, and unfortunately these two cannot go this way, because if you could cross here, then it would be good, but you cannot do that. You could do something else. Instead of using the bomber here, you can actually, no, you cannot use it up there. That was, yeah. So, no, that's not a possibility. There's so many options here that you can do. I could not remember this one. I'd like to go in here, take this, and then bring in an infantry and that. Bring that over and take this plane here, as I showed you before. And then they say, maybe this is a little bit too low because you can just take the calculator, Control B, calculate odds. You can see not a big chance. And then say, oh, but we can just take the chance that we win. Yeah, that is, then they will lose a plane, but I actually normally take a plane with it, like this. It takes 2, 1, 2, or 1, 2. And then the odds is much better. It's mostly, do not have to win the territory. This would be good if you win the territory. It's mostly that you get this plane that is worth 10. So they're losing 3 and 10, that's 13, and you can just see it when you do the calculation. You have 17, but they have 13, but your 10 is not lost, so you will actually only lose 7 and they will lose 13. That's actually fine. Especially when it's about numbers. You can also see you actually got German units up here in Finland, one there and one here. And then they will attack. You can also say this is a 2 point, this is a 3 point. We can put this unit down here to get like extra protection because the Russian has the next turn. And then they will probably try to do something, but let's keep it like this. And you have to control the units up here. You cannot just let them stand and let Finland control them. That is up to you. So that's just the way it is. Let's keep one area at a time because it can get a little bit confusion in your movement if you do this as a different setup. If I do this and calculate the odds, you can see we have 40, they only have 64, and we only have 21% chance. So that's quite a lot of money we are losing, and they will not lose that much as the battleship will take the first hit. And then you will say, okay, you lose a sub, and these will take a hit, of course, but again, the sub will only defend with 1, and these subs will, of course, attack with 3. But there is destroyer, so it's anti-stealth, so you do not get the first strike in because of the destroyer there. It knows that you are there. That's what I have seen. Let's see here. Down here, you can retreat when only air is left. And then we can just set it up and land battle. You can do different stuff with saying, oh, this is land battle, but it's not a land battle, right? So yeah, you can work a little bit with that. But here you will only get that chance. You will not be able to bring these 2 in. So that is actually 5 of these. That's pretty expensive. So normally I would say, where do we have them? It's up there. You can see where they're put in. This is C zone 10. So you can undo this way and then undo that. Yeah. And then undo this and undo that. So everything that comes from C zone 10. And then you can use them different areas instead. Say, okay, this is maybe a little bit too tough. They're getting more than we are with that. Even that we can only defend with a 1. It's better just to use them a little bit differently to get a little bit more out of them. So this battleship will actually not be attacked. This one is a cruiser. So you can actually say, oh, that one is good to take. But you can also say, oh, these are actually transporters and a destroyer. And you can see in this scenario, they actually have Salvador. And the rest has not been taken. And then there's Colombia here and still, but they actually get an area here they can produce from. And then they say, ooh, we need them. And you can also say, oh, we can attack this French, Dutch transport, not French, Dutch transport. And then, so they will not use these to attack us. And that's a good buy. You will get this for free nearly. But again, if you really want to have this one down here, and then be careful of the bombers, they can move quite far. They have one here. And they would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, they will not. They will be able to move. If they can move in here right away, then you will actually say they will just whoop, go in. So you have to look and when say 1, 2, 3, 4. There, that's not going to work. So they will not bring in that fighter. Not in the first turn anyway. So, but the next turn they will be able to do, and sometimes you get surprised about what they really can do. Normally I like to take this transport. You can also say undo. The only thing is they can move troops down and attack, and you can hold them back for another turn. But you also see up here, 1, 2, and then they're close to getting those in, and you cannot get them. This is too much for your troops at all. So normally I like to go in here, but then they can use the plane, 1, 2, attack, or the bomber here. They can also use that. But again, you can also keep your subs, but to have 7 subs in 1 defending, better attacking, like this. And this one, you can help down here, or you can attack this, but this is also 3. This is a cruiser. It can also bombard. That costs 12. It's a good one to get if you really want to. Let's go here. And this one is a good 31, 36, but you have 40, 80, 40%, 48, 84% to attack this one and get this. And that's quite good. But again, you will win with 5, but then you will also be able to lose if they're attacking. But again, you can be able to move around here also to get that done. These 2 are normally going here with, and then you can actually do this with this one, or bring it down here to get a little bit more in. You can see 98%. Then you will have 4, and then you will have this one as a protection. That means that if they attack, you always get a 3 to hit in the end, and that's actually not bad. The best thing is to get the French units do not have that many fleet units, so it's better to get the British units so they cannot cooperate as good. And normally what they do is put them in a big bunch to protect themselves against different setups or different attacks. Here we have 2. We can go in and get these 2 and a transport. We can also say, let's bring that in there. The question is here, we can attack with those 2 there, but it's also nice to be able to take 2 transport out. Like this. Look at the bomber here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it could go in as 6. That's why it's good to have a little bit extra. And then the bomber instead will, I knew there was one there. You have to really look at the map, and then it will be better to go in. And if you do this, they will not be able to repel this. So it's better just to get in with a lot of units right away and attack them. You can also say, okay, let's get these 2, but they own torpedo boats. So, and you can get a first strike in, but to get the transports is nice. Then we'll not be able to move the units as fast. Here, calculate the odds. 61-39, even that, because there's many. And up here, you cannot get the surprise attack. It's 68. And you think, okay, they only got 2 there. And one of them is transport. Why? And this is 2, and this is 2. Why get more percentage here to win? Compared, this is just 4%. Why? When they have 2 units, and here they got 3. It's because they have the stealth. They can attack with extra in the beginning. If they get 1, then they get that. Let's just undo that one and see. We could attack here. I will not just attack with one up there. That will be suicide mission. We could go in here and attack and take these, but that's also a suicide mission from this. But it will also stop them if we win this. Stop them from going in 1, 2, and then take that. But then the Russians will try anyway. But it's better. We can also go down here. We can also even go down here and try to attack the French. But up here, it's the British. They have more navy than the French. So here we do not have the advantage of the first strike, but we do have 2, 3, where against a 1 and a 2. It probably would be better to take a plane up here, but again, we need the plane for the attacking of the areas here, the units. We can help here. And that bomber there, we will use that for another thing instead. Undo this and then bring this in here instead. And then you can both go down there, but you can also help up here. That's what I'm going to do. So the first turn takes a lot of time because you sometimes you have like one direction you want to play, and this is actually maybe a half year since I played the last. And then I played it for a long time before that. So I cannot honestly remember all the moves I made in the beginning, and I changed them because it's the die move, right? The first move you tried, okay, this is the optimal, but it's not always the optimal. You also got 2 transport here and a torpedo. You can also move the 2 units down here and say 1, 2, and move all the units in here and let the Italians try to fight that, or move them down here, or you can also try to use them over here instead. There's a lot of options, but right here they're protected. But you also have this. So normally I always do this too. Bring those 2 in, and this one. And this is C zone 31, and then we can actually say undo that and say, okay, I'm actually going to use them up here, or even down here. Or even down there to get like that one. You can see there is a fighter there. We have the option to win these fights. And this one will be able to go over here, but I would like to take out the British. And if we go up here, this fighter will be able to take 1, 2, 3 and go in here again. It will not be able to help other places. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, it will be able to take this down here instead. This bomber. So we spread them a little bit out. 72% against 20, and then 62. Yeah, okay. 71. You can see it changes. 60, 62, 64. So it changes, and why it changed is because of that we take this low lock and remove that, else it will be the same nearly all the time. It's not that much of a difference. Could try to strike this one. And extra help getting this one attacked. But here I normally do this. attack this transport. So that's gone. And over here, I don't know, sometimes the British are so strong over here that you cannot do that much, but you could say that you want to win this for the French. And then over here, you actually move the protection down. If I put that up here also, it will get destroyed. They will use a lot to attack it, but it's good so they can get TripleA. Maybe they will use the forces to help that. Of course, they will have to move more troops in here. They will still build up next time, but you do have a chance to help them there, get the points. These two, you actually have 2 units there. Go into Croatia, that's a factory. The factory is really useful, but also to get these points. But if you take this one, then the British troops will definitely go up and take you. But again, there's a chance to take. And these one, you can actually go in and help this. It's not just to help, it's actually to move in and protect. And I will do this mostly to protect for the troops up here, but also you get full value for the money. And here, in the other scenario, you can actually use these torpedo boats to take 1 unit up, infantry unit. So we can also move this one up and then get 3 ones and a 2 and a 2, and then they will crush you, both with planes and everything. So normally I will not do that. Here, the calculation is we will have 4 left. That's the planes, and then these 2. You can also bring in another sub, but normally I will want to protect that sub. And you can actually go up here, bring that in here. That's a defense modifier, and that's not that good. They can go up here 1, 2, and take that. They will be able to do it, and the Russians also, but we can not go all the way up here, but they will not be attacking. So that's why I would like to bring it in here to protect them. And then we have like 4 subs to be an attack modifier for some turns later. They will not be good as defending. They will be only good as attacking. But right here, they're in trouble. So if I could bring that down there and try to attack and get some of this fleet. But these 2 are good at protecting, at least. And I could go up there and do that, but they will try to hammer us in this. Here it will be not that bad, but they will just... Yeah, because you can see these 2 units here. That's French units in here. They will be able to take them. And the way you can see, you can also just Control B to see what unit do they have. And also here, oh, there's the French. So they will be able to take them and put them in. So you could go in and say, I really would like to get some of this. And here, see, okay, that's 31. You can always change this. That's a good part of it. Let's just undo this one. Okay, that's not the right one. And then there will be up there, 31. You can do that. Oh, that's not the right one either, but you can see on the C zone, so that's easier. So if you look at 31, this one, it comes from 17. Then you have to figure out the 17. For me, it's actually easier just to do this. And say, oh, this one. Let's bring that in there. Then we get 2. The odds is 42. We got 16, but they got 27. That's why it's quite good to say, okay, we take this chance, but you just want the transport. That's the most important one to get. And then you'll probably lose this, but you will still win it in tonnage. And they have to figure out, get a new transport or use allied transport. They can also do that. But then they will have like little less troops to try to do this in. And normally I do not take this one. I told you before that, because if you look at the troops, if you see, not the troops, but the money, got 13 and 28. If we do not take this unit, they will probably lose something down here. Some of them. I don't know, but probably. I don't know what our allies will do there. But that means that you will not get 28, but maybe you'll get 25 or something, maybe 20. But it's still 13, and then you can solicitate your forces, because right now they are not really that strong there. You can go in and say, okay, I will attack this one with all our troops, because that's 15, and they got 8 and 2. This will be a little bit hard to win. It will say, ouch. Then you will be able to move all this. You just press all, bring them in here, and the attack both ways. But you will need some help to get this one. These are not good enough. If you take this, then you will be able to lose like half. That's too many. If you have 8, 9, and 10, that will be, if you say 12, that will be for each. If you say there's 6, then it will be 2, because you will hit with 1 and 2. That's average. So if you said 12, that will be 4, but it will actually only be 3, because they only have 10, something around 3. But if they get another chance, you will have like 18. But these two 18s once, if you have 18, then it's only 3. But these two are upgrading 2 of the infantry. So this will be 4 2s, and then it will be a lot of 1s. That will be 13 ones, and you will still take 1 each turn instead of taking 2s, and they will lose their 2s. So that makes sense somehow. Down here, you actually also get this one. You will be able to attack with, and you could take the plane also, and that will help you to get Croatia. And this is 3 2s, but you can also say no, I will not take this one, and the British will not divide their troops there. So they will probably go for Romania and also Italy here. You can see players. This is the line of fighting. So German first, Russian, then French. French is before Italy, and then Yamamoto, that's the yellow ones, and then the Chinese, they also got an army here. A lot of men, but not that many as real. And then you see that's Yamamoto, that's the yellow one, and Chinese, that's this one. And then after that, it's Hisaichi, something like it. And that's the white ones. And then it's British. And you can see they got a lot there. Also units. You can see down here, the Allies have like 735. We only got 518. And the real strength is here. And this is the money part. They only got a little bit in the beginning, but look at that. They got twice as much. More than twice as much as we have. So that's also really important to remember that one. So that is the order. And you can see Russia has a good fleet in here. Romania only have a transport. And here they actually got a sub. And then in Axis and Allies, it's a little bit different. They have less troops here, but they look at this. This is quite good. And this one we can help with. I normally help with that one up here. Because we cannot bombard with this one. Normally you can bombard, but when you make a sea attack, you cannot bombard. So now this one should go our side. Yes, it does. and we have a chance to win it instead of like losing it. We could also say undo this one and then look how much strong it will be. It still says 72% chance of winning and draw. So we cannot just say, okay, this is fine, but we'll only get 176 to win, and that's a little bit, oh, we will not get the area, and we would like them to use troops to get the area. But again, there's also a fighter there. It's better just to get rid of the fighters. They cost a lot, and I will always use these 3 units and this one for this area because they cannot only move out to protect. The same with these 5 infantry units. They cannot do that much either, except going in there. And you could use these 3 and move over here. Yeah, I'm a little bit curious about this one. You can actually produce 7 infantry units up here next time and get that. And then you'll have a chance to go in there. And then the tanks over here. This plane can only attack 2 places. A little bit sad that you can attack here, but you do not really have the forces to attack there. Of course, you only get 1 infantry unit or something like it, or 2, and then the plane and no artillery, and that's a little bit stupid to use that one. You will not be able to, else they will just move them up here and protect this area. This one will be able to go in here. It will also be able to go in there, but that will not be the one you really want. It's better just to say, let's go in there with that tank. You can also go up here, take these 2. That's infantry, but the problem is that if you get them free, they can attack down here. And this one is only 1 point. This is actually 2 points. So there's also a chance there to get that one. You can also say, I want to go in and remove these troops, and then you get 1, 2, 3, 4 points. Then the Russians afterwards can also attack and get the 4 points again. So it's not like you can only have 1 each turn, so that you're draining the area. You can actually go in, take the area in here, get the money, and then they can go in and take the money. So you can actually get a more each turn out of 1 if you're different countries, of course. So we do not need to lose. We do not want to lose this because you can see they can attack, but there's no tanks. There's nothing, and we're getting their transports. So they will not attack with 7 infantry units. And then you got 7 infantry units here. We need to move outwards, and then 2, because we need to go and get France out of the way, right as we can do this a little bit faster. These 3 tanks would be good to use them here. This one, yeah, we have more. We could also take another transport plane, our plane here, but that will make a 3rd chance that they'll get one, not a bomber, get one of ours for a bombing raid there, and that will not be good. Let's see. The resources for Russia is 25, so we do not have to get that much in the first turn. That's quite normal. Up here, you can see this is actually an area down in the bottom of the page. You can see it's 4 points. That's quite good to get that one with 4 points. You can also go down here and here. You can also say, whoa, I'll take this one because you can move in here 1 turn. Then you can move 2 turns. But you can also say, whoa, let's go down here and keep this occupied. But then there's all these forces to keep that occupied too. So there's a lot of options. You can also go in here with this plane and say, okay, we just help a little bit here. That's also an option. And then I get a little bit a better odds, but not that much because that plane can be shut down. Let's say 2 units is average. If you only have one, they will probably attack because they have like 1, 2, 3. They will probably attack and take the plane 1, 2, and then attack you or do something else. But they will probably attack you. This one will help us a lot in the battle. You can see 100%, but you also have a less loss. Let's see, that was 15, and that's 9. So you actually 9 and that's 15 around that. That's 20. You will lose 5 there instead of losing 8, 7. So you actually are safe, and then you have the next springboard for the next R area. And the problem up here is that you could do this. You could actually attack with that one, but the fighter will not help infantry take anything. And the problem with this one is we only get 2, and then a fighter, that's 3. What's the chance for that one? 18%. So, ouch, that's not gonna work. Better just to protect some area you have. The only thing is, it's so sad you cannot use it, right? So you cannot just say, come on, just one area you can fight. You can of course take Denmark there. And use the 2 infantry and say, okay, let's see what do we get from this. 79%, and that's fine, but there's also a problem here with that. Then they will probably attack or do something to try to attack. But I've never done this before. Not done this. I always move the plane to protect some area, but it's 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So you can protect this one again. Normally I put that up there. We could also attack this, or even go over here and try to shoot these 2 down, and then help against them attacking with planes next time. But that will be 4. That will be only 2. Then we have to move 1, 2 in here, and they'll probably like say, "Oh, nice catch there. Let's get this bomber." We could move that down there. Then we'll have like more troops, but they will be able to attack with a. You can see there's a tank there, 1, 2, and then 7, and then a fighter. That's 8 units against our 4, 5, 6, 7 units. We can do this just as a setup. Let's say that the Russians attack. We just put 1 more. They attack with 7, a tank, and a fighter. That's from this. That's a tank. 1. This fighter will not be able to, but this will. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. No, where's the bomber? They do have a bomber, yeah, but that's there. That we should take. Let's calculate the odds. They will win with 76%. They will use 36, and we will only have 22. But let's put in the bomber and let's see what that happens. Then we have the same amount, and we lose a bomber, and they have a 66% chance of winning and destroyed most of the forces here. And they will still have 5 units to put up. That's not good. Yeah, then you can transport unit over, but they will still buy 4 more. So that will not be an optimal solution there. But again, the dices can change, so you actually have an option to do that. Let's put that bomber in there. I like to do that. And then bring these 2 in. No, wait a minute. We can also go down there. This one I normally like to take because it's 4 points. And then bring and also 3 tanks. But we're also going to lose more tanks. If you look at this, we have 70% chance. We have 24, they have 21, and we lose it. But I still think it's a good option, a good opportunity to take. And here there's no protection against, but we can do this. Bring that plane. But we could also say 1, 2, and then attack. No, there was no way we could attack that. This is Italy forces. What normally do I use? I use this for this one normally. I think that's the way. But in this situation, we can actually also use this for this. And move in here. We normally use this anyway, but this tank in here in Brest, let's see, where did that come from? Pull this up here. 1, 2. That's the only one they can go for, so that's fine. So we just need to make sure that these two either up there or here. Of course, there's a fighter there. Bring that over there. We could bring that in there, have 4 instead of having 5 here, but I like to have overwhelming force. We only have 5 left after this. That would be these 4 of these, and then they will attack with a lot of this tank infantry. That will only be, that will hurt us. Yeah, we still have a chance not to win this because I'm using the fighter over here. But we have to do this to make sure that we win this. Yeah, that one. Yeah, we could do that and go up, but we could also say take that area, but let's move these up here to have an extra go. And this one, we could move that down there too. This plane could also help there, but it can also help here. Or even here. This bomber should help there. But we should also get some of this. But they will still attack us from the top here, but they will not be able to use units through this if we get them here. So maybe you should not use that one here, but up there. And then but if I was them, I will attack and use everything. Go down there, that's one, and that's two. I also have to be a little bit smart here because this will never work. Lithuania, let's see if we can move something out of that, but this is right. This is good. Yeah, 92%. But this one will never go and never work. One, two. Oh, it comes all the way over there. What about this one? This is the one we need to take right away. Yeah. And then we get 8 after. So we have so many. Let's see Brest. I did look at it before, but I want to look at it again. There we go. Polyama, that's up here. 1, 2. No chance to do anything else except go over here with that. That's not gonna work, so let's just do this. We can go down here with 6. They will be able to attack with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This should help us a bit more, and then we have 6 left. But that will be like 5 of these, and then we have 7, and then they're playing 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 1, 2, 3, 3, and then 4. They will actually have a chance to bring that in. We cannot get this. Too stretched out on all the points here. Only reason we're taking this is because of the fighter. But we will lose 3 tanks here. So instead of going for Latvia, normally I take Latvia, actually. I try to do anyway. Then I will say move the 3 tanks in Lithuania. Get it down there with that one. Use that. Keep one here. So they have to use like higher force to take them and attack with them. get this area and area protection. They should not get it for free. I think this is the way I would like to do it. They could bring this 1 and 2 and bring them up here. I could use 2, 3, 4. Just 1 for that one down there. That is C zone 35. Get that, but no, that's too dangerous. Could also try to get that. That should be 50-50, except that we have this stealth first attack in, and we can also dive after the first one, and this is a little bit risky. Yeah, it's too risky. Rather want to make sure that we're getting this one. Yeah, so let's see. That is this fighter here. Could help. We could also try to attack this and get it. 2, and then we'll move back again afterwards. That also is an option. Always use the units you have as a step board. Unfortunately, we're letting them keep these 2. Then it will be able to, we will say 1, 2, and move down here and attack this one too. And move in here with those units because of that tank. But that's the way we have to do it. We cannot cover everything in each go. You have to really look for changes. And sometimes you take one step in one direction and another in another direction. You can also move over here and then get that. We could also go here and take this one. But I think it will be better just to let these guys try. But normally Italy want to go and get this one, and that's, yeah. We could also do this. Try it once. But we have no planes. But then we bring that plane in from this and attack here. That will be 1, 2, 3, and then put that in there. Let's see how much. Okay, we get a little bit. And then we get 3 points, so we get infantry right away. The problem is that they will attack it, but then they use forces on it. It's maybe sometimes it's better to do that. Other times it's not. And we do have 66. Have I forgotten any units? That's also one of the points you normally have a situation with. It's when you forget 1 and 2 to use one of these units or move your units. Have used both boats. If Italy do not need to take these, then they will focus on something else, especially down here at 6. Malta is also a good choice, but again, they have these fortifications, 6 infantry and 1 plane. So it's a 6 twos and then 1. That can hurt a lot. Have you used everything we had? I hope so. And then we can say done. And then we need to buy stuff. And I like to buy a lot of infantry because we need to put them there. we also need to put infantry here, but we also need tanks. That was 12, and then 3 tanks. We could also get like fleet, but they have to be put in here. But we also got Warsaw. I forgot to use one of the planes there. No, it was because I did not use it up there, but then I could have used it. This is what can be a problematic situation. You cannot go back. You have to complete this. Let's bring in another. No, let's just keep this going. 17, produce that, done. And then let's take the sea battles first in 8. Okay, look at that. That was not good. We only got 1 transport. Even that we had 2 3s. They hit with that one. We could say remain. And then, but then there's a 3 and a 3, but we will get a troublesome. Let's remain. And this one destroyed all of both of them, and we only got 1 transport, so we lost 8. That's not good. That was really bad. Now they have possibility to transport units around here. Another sea zone. We got nothing. They got nothing, but we got nothing. None of our. Okay, now we got 3, and then we got the last one, and then they hit 1. But that was really tough. That was good. I brought more in. Then we have this one, and they only got 1 hit. And they, okay, we got 1 there. Remain, and then destroyed. And they got nothing because they do not have like. That was like 3 strikes, first strikes on this. So that's done. Let's see. That's another sea battle here. We got it right away. First strike, great. Another sea battle. 1 casualty. 1 sub. Remain. And then the rest is done. And then they got the last sub. And that's fine. And they lost a lot. We only lost the 2 subs. That was what we hoped for. Okay. We need to get rid of this one. We got it. It's a transport. Come on. Great. And then that was not good. We just lost 1 there, but let's hope we did not. Just the transport to get that rate. Great, we got it. And now we could just remove, but we have the upper hand because we had like a 3. It's not a surprise attack, but a 3 against 2, so that was fine. So we got the transport there they cannot use. Then another sea zone. And this is actually quite good because we only had a hit. That means this one, and you can also, but that's just 1 hit. So it does not matter. It will be fresh next time. And it always chooses. I've not seen them choose a different one before. Okay, we lost 1. That was good enough up here. And the last C. Okay, that was 5 6. 5 6s. That was crazy. We got 1 and they got 1. Should we remain now? We could submerge now because we got the one we need and the money part there. I will not. Let's just submerge because we got the transport. So right now they can attack us, of course, with this and put a lot of things in. But the transport was the most important one for us. And let's go for Brest. They got 1 of ours. We only got 1 of them. That was a bad roll. Now we got the rest, and they did not get any. So that was a good attack. Then we have this. We got, oh, they hit the 3. So we have to lose 3 units. But we got all of them. So we got 5 there. Then province, that was The fight. Oh, we did not get any. No, it's bad. Okay, that was bad. Let's retreat to Lombardy. That was not good. We lost 3 units. They did not get the bomber, but the bomber did not even work with 2 tries. That was really bad. We had 78% chance of winning. We lost 2 here. Retreat. They had 2 hits. Okay, this is not a good. Okay, that was better there, but that was really bad. Tunis. Not even Tunis. Come on. That was also bad. Lithuania. They got 2 of us, but we need to get the plane. And we got, okay, that was actually okay. We got the plane. Not the first time, that was bad. Remain, and we got both of them. Lost 1 unit. So this has been worse than standard. Okay, that was good. That was worse than standard for them. In this area here. Croatia, 1. That was tough. Now we can move backwards. And this one only moves once, so it has to move in here to protect themselves. This one only have 1. We could move it in here, but it's probably better. This one only has 2 movement. Let's go there. Then you have like the sea area. And this one, the same. Move 2. This they will never get. This one. Bring that up there. And look how many troops we got here. But in the beginning of the war, the Germans also sunk up here with Scarflow a big battleship with 1 sub. So that was like a little bit like that there. And this one is destroyed. I think that will not do. These will attack. The bad thing is, of course, this one here. That was really, really bad. This attack here. That was like strangely bad. But that's the way it is with the dice. You can lose. So the rest here, this one will protect, so it will not like 1, 2. This will protect. We cannot move any. This is 5. They will be able to attack with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They will be able to attack with 8. If we are saying like this and then say they will attack with 4 infantry. Yeah, 2 tanks, 3 tanks. 4 tanks. And we did get rid of the planes, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and then put that 4, 4. So they have 94% chance of winning that one. So we will lose a lot there. But then we will take it back, but then it will be a problem for us because we will not be able to do that in the long run. That will never happen. We will be. That would be problematic for us in the long run. Let's see, done for that. Okay, keep moving. There's a plane here. Let's bring that down there. And we cannot even win Denmark there. So here we need to place 7 infantry. And down here, how many can we have? 5. Could also bring 2 tanks in there, but we lost all of this here. So they will probably attack here and not use them down there. So that's not good either. We need them to take Tunis. We could take 3 tanks in here. But we have like 9 tanks over here only. Let's bring 1 in there. That's 7 plus 5 here. That's good protection. We cannot use that one yet. Then that's it. Income is 83. We just went from 66 to 83. But again, now it's Russia, and then we'll... One thing is always have 1 unit at a time. And now you can see it's fresh. And it takes some time. You can actually speed the time up, but I'm not going to do that. Not going to be fast AI. Gonna have them to be able to think. Oh, and I said they will be able to move in with a lot. They take 5 units there. That's 5 tanks. That will always win. You can also do this quite fast before they look at that. Not always, but most of the time with a win. They do not go in other place except they're there. They use a lot. And oh, they lost 1 there, but not the second one. This is neutral areas. They're actually attacking the Finnish. The Finnish did get their transport. And that's... Oh, look at that. They got a good hit on us. Oh, we got 2 good hits. Come on, get the last one. Yes, yes, we got there. Kia kept the area. That was nice. That was the 28%. And up there, no, not a chance to keep this. But that was... Oh, 5 infantry. They're trying to get that. They got a good hit. But we kept this area. That means that we are getting the money. They could also, if they did not get, they could have taken the 4 and then both had 4. But now they have to move in. So that was a good area to keep. But we do not have any units in that right now. Oh, look at that. They're moving them over, doing a lot of stuff, buying all they can. You can see the infantry is placed. And now we can attack this one to get that tank, to get that tank. We can even move in Kiev, Minsk, but this one, they are moving in with troops to try to get it. Look how many they're getting now. And next time, the resources are crazy. Look at that, 114. We are way outnumbered here. This is also the most difficult one. And now they're just attacking. That's the French taking our units. This is a 1. So the chance of getting a unit is pretty low. They're attacking with a 2 and a 1. So that's a neutral area they're getting, the French. This is an Italian, and they could just submerge. But I can submerge here with our German unit. Let's do that. And here they have 1. We get 1, they get 1 more. And we lose a lot there. We should have gotten a little bit, maybe a little bit more, but maybe it's the same. But look how much they got there now. So it's not an easy one. The AI here is really good to get this. And now they have 4 again here, but I think the Italians will get them. I'll just make one turn because I make all this demonstration, and then next time probably some more turns. But it's gonna take a while to get these turns done because there's a lot of combatants here. They did get. They're moving down here. Italy is doing that, and they're moving in. They get Tuni because they moved. Let's look. You can also go back and see. Okay, they actually stripped this off. They actually said, okay, we do not want to keep this, so they actually stripped this place, and now they're going in. Oh, what was that? They got 2 planes out of 3 with like 1 dies. The sub is also hit. Okay. They got 1 only, but they should have gotten less. And here again, they're crazy hits. The French also here. That's 4, 5. Got a little bit better hit, but that was crazy hits against these 2. That's not gonna be good. The French never have units out here. The good thing is I moved the units out here. Let's see, resource from Italy, 60. The problem is they just lost a lot more. You can go in here and look at the combat and see the different zones and say, okay, Italy attacks with 3 planes. Battle casualty 2, the French wins. They have 3 3s, and they have 1 3 and 1 1, and then just lost 2 right there. That's crazy. Okay, they're trying to get Hong Kong. They need to get Hong Kong, the yellow ones, the Yamamoto. Else they will be in trouble. Why do I say that? It's because if they do not get that, they do not have any land area to get. And then these Churchy will go and take it, and they have all land, and then will only be like stalemated out here. They will not be that good. So that will be a little bit crazy in this situation here. But we just have to wait to see what happens here. So that's just a question of figuring this out. Okay, they get this one, and they get another one. That was quite good. And they got this. They made the. Okay, they are hammering them. They're getting it. That's not a problem. So that's good. And that's a sub. It could submerge, but another one. That's good. Okay, that's not good. Huh, they won against this. Normally you will of course win, but that's the way it is, and they will keep French into China. They never did that in the real, but that's the way it is. They did get Tokyo, or Hong Kong, Tokyo. Yeah, that would be fun. But again, there was also a little Pearl Harbor. If you did not see that, it went pretty fast. No, they did not do that. They did not go for Pearl Harbor thingy. So, wow. Maybe that's why I said it went pretty fast. They did not even go for Wake Island. They normally do that. So that's a totally different ball game here. Then the Americans can get stronger. This is Chinese going back to take some of these areas. Okay, they will normally win this because they have 4. Yeah, because look at that. 3, and then no, they did not hit, and then they got a hit. So when you have so many, and these are always winning, I never see them losing. The Chinese is always like getting the right lucky odds on their side. Now they move planes up here, protect this area, but there's 4 bunkers and 3 bunkers and 2 bunkers. They can attack and they will attack, but the bunkers here are protecting the land against. So normally you would say, oh, they will never attack here, Japanese, but here they did not discourage from the 1939 loss to Sukhov. where Sukhov used an area up here. There was attack from the Japanese tried to like go a little bit and take some area because there was skirmishes in that area, but Sukhov then took light tanks around them and attacked from behind and then got them there. Okay, let's see. They're going for Philippines. They should have Philippines right away, else they will be in trouble, our allies here. And they're purchasing, and you can see the attacks. They're trying to get this one with a 2, and that's fine. And you can see, but that was not fine. This is the second time they lost. Crazy. This is the second time our planes are really bad. Italy planes are bad, but that bad. Whoa, look at that. That was also a big lose. And now they're losing. Okay, they got this one. But they were close to losing again. So the odds are not in our favor. Why does it say that? Okay, that's the bomber. That's a good one. Need to take this out, and they are doing that. So they do not have the bomber. And then this can submerge. But okay, that's okay. They got this one now. But that was a crazy hit. Now they also have a 2 point there to get. They went in to take these 2 points, and then that one. But there was a combat. That was not that good. And they did not take Schengen. Okay, they did win the Schengen. I thought. They attacked with 2. Okay. Now it's Britain's turn, and they will get a lot of resources next turn. You see that? It's not the correct number because they will get 114. And they just keep on going. And look at that. They are hammering out. So it's not going to be easy to play the Axe. And sometimes you think it's easy to play allies. It's also quite tough sometimes. They are trying to attack this one. I knew that would happen if we are taking the area. But then that's why we have 7 up here to take that back again. And the plane. And then they're trying to get this too. And they normally win that too. Bulgaria. And then they'll have to move troops down here. But now they do not need them up there. Okay. Our sub is killed there. We did get 1 unit. They hammered that. We could submerge here. Of course we do. And look, the Britons also got like everything in control. Okay, that was not bad. We select Italian troop. It does not matter, they will win anyway. Yeah, they win with 1 tank, but that's gonna be a troublesome scenario. They lose that one, and they lost 1 more. Please get the last. So now they have that chance there. They moved transport units in here. Normally they cannot do that. They will get attacked by the Italian, but they lost this area. So I'm not seeing them using troops like this way. But now they get 130 in production next time. And they're actually going up and taking Turkey now. I can lose this. That's also I've lost games in this. No, a fighter placed in C zone. You can also see purchase units, what they purchased. 2 fighters, carrier. So, but they did not lose that many fighters. So now they have a carrier out here, and then have this. And you can see, whoa, why did they do that? Yeah, but of course they removed unit we had. Except this one. This has been winning 2 times again, and we can attack this one. We can go 1, 2, but we cannot get these two. So, and we could go 1, 2, and then they would just crash us with all the planes. So we are in some trouble there. Even that if we get all the units, and this is Asia, that is Australia. You can see they start getting a lot of forces here. That's a British transport. You can see that's a little bit more grayish there. They're not even lose this down here. These transports here. But these can do something against this, and I think they will do the Thailand. But they can also get this one. So they get money, because that's 4 points. This is 3. But you can see they're already going down here. Okay, they moved them down away. With the transport down here to protect. Not bad. A good option. And you can see now there's actually 14 up here. 14. 15. 16. That's not easy to win. That was good. The Finnish people got some points. They could also have attacked here, moved in here, but they want to be a little bit more. Maybe they will actually go and take Norway and also a little bit of Sweden. This is neutral areas. There's nothing here that is saying anything. Romania is probably going to take this one, and maybe even here. Yeah, they're taking all of them. They're taking all the areas. That's good. That's actually good if they can do that. They did do that. Great. And there we go. They won all the areas, and that gives them some points also. They get these 3 points here. And they will keep them, because I will move these units down here. I will not be able to attack them next time, or any time right now. Greece is actually safe because I used much of them up here. They're only going to get this one. Hopefully they're going to get this one. They will. That's 3 points, 4 points, and then 6. There we go. They still lost one. Really bad. And this again, they cannot use the planes here, but they will not be able to move transport units over here now. They will not be able to go in here. They can do this instead, but and America is ready to roll now again. Oh, look at that. They actually attack us here. And they're moving there. They're attacking us right here. They got 2 bombers, 2 fighters, and these cannot do anything. Well, how much do that get that much? Yeah, this is why I knew Greenland. Okay, they got 1 there. And then got 2. Nice. Okay, we got a fighter. We could remain or we could submerge. This is much more expensive, and if we get, let's just remain, because they will continue to fight against this, and then we'll have 2 subs out in nowhere. So remain. And we got 1 more. And please get 1. Nope. So we lost a 12 we lost too much in there. I hope that the two fours will not hit and only one four will hit. Here we of course submerge. We will not have a chance to do anything else. And the same here. Here we actually have a chance to go one, but this can move out here. If you play with low luck, the situation is very much the same the first turn, the second turn also. But now we are actually waiting for the combat. Let's just say that's it for this time, and let's see what happens next time. And I'll probably get Netherlands, but you can see there's a lot of units we have to go for and try to really hammer them. But thank you for watching, and see you next time.